Hey there, deep divers. Ready to dive in?
Always.
Awesome. Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of leadership.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Specifically, we're going to be looking at how different leadership styles
Oh,
impact how people perform at work.
yeah, that's a big one.
It really is. It's a question that's been around forever.
Right. Like what makes some leaders better at getting the best out of their teams?
Exactly. And to help us unpack all of this, we've got some really cool research.
All right.
This study uses something called meta-analysis.
Meta-analysis.
Yeah, it's basically a study of studies.
Oh, interesting.
Like taking a ton of individual studies
Okay.
and combining all that data to find those bigger trends.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like looking for the recurring patterns
Precise.
when you take a step back and look at the big picture.
Exactly. And the scale of this study is huge E.
Oh, wow.
It combined data from over 3,000 studies.
Wow.
And get this, over 930,000 participants.
That's a lot of data.
It's a lot of leadership knowledge to unpack, for sure.
For sure. So what kind of leadership were we talking about here?
Well, the researchers focused on 4 key styles.
Okay.
They looked at something called consideration,
Mm-hmm.
initiating structure,
Got it.
contingent rewards,
Okay.
and then transformational leadership.
So those are the big 4.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. And I think most people listening have probably worked with
Yeah.
or at least experienced each of these types of leaders at
Yeah.
some point, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Everyone can picture that one boss.
Exactly. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the research,
Yeah, let's break down what each of these styles actually looks like in practice.
sounds good.
Uh-huh.
So let's start with consideration.
Okay, so consideration.
It's all about being supportive,
Yeah,
showing genuine concern for your team members.
right.
It's those leaders who are approachable, empathetic, like they really truly care
Okay.
about their team's well-being.
Yeah.
Everyone loves those
That is
leaders,
for
right?
sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so
Consideration.
then on kind of the other end of the spectrum, we have initiating structure.
Okay, initiating structure.
So this one's all about clarity,
Mm,
organization, efficiency.
right.
Leaders who are really good at initiating structure.
Yeah.
They set really clear expectations. They assign tasks strategically.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure everybody knows their role and what they're supposed to be doing.
Right, so everybody's on the same page.
Exactly. It's all about bringing order to the chaos.
Gotcha.
Now, next up, we have contingent rewards.
Contingent reward.
This is definitely a more transactional approach.
Okay,
Leaders who use this style, they're all about rewards and recognition,
gotcha.
but they're very much tied to performance.
Yeah,
So, think bonuses, promotions.
right, the classic carrot and stick approach.
It's the you get what you give kind of thing.
Right, effort and results get you the good stuff.
Exactly. And then finally, we have transformational leadership.
Transformational leadership.
Yeah, this is a really fascinating style. Leaders who do this well, they inspire and motivate the
Yeah.
followers to, reach their full potential.
They paint a vision, get everybody excited.
Yeah, they're great at getting people to go above and beyond.
So the question is, out of all these different leadership styles,
Mm-hmm.
what did the researchers want to figure out? Like, what were they really looking at?
Well, the big question was, why do some of these behaviors
Right.
lead to better performance in followers?
Yeah, like what's the magic ingredient that makes some styles more effective?
Exactly. And the answer, well, it might surprise you.
Oh, intriguing. Tell me more.
I will, but first we got to take a quick break.
Okay, so no more suspense. What did the researchers find?
Well, they found that one factor stood out,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
most influential across all 4 leadership styles.
Oh, wow, really? Across all 4?
Yep. And that factor is
Drum roll, please.
leader-member exchange, or LMX for short.
LMX. So it's not just about which style a leader uses.
It's about the quality of their relationships with their team members.
Exactly. LMX is all about that bond between a leader and a follower.
Okay.
It's not just about being friendly. It's
Yeah.
deeper than that.
Right.
It's about having that foundation of trust, mutual understanding, and support.
Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. It's like the connection matters more
Yes.
than the specific approach.
Precisely. A leader who scores high on any of the 4 styles,
Right.
whether it's consideration, initiating structure, contingent rewards, or transformational leadership, they're more likely to see better performance in their followers if they also have a strong LMX with them.
Oh, I see. So walk me through this. How does LMX actually make a difference
Okay.
when we look at each style individually? Let's start with consideration.
All right, so with consideration, a leader showing concern for their team's well-being,
Right.
it might seem like they're directly boosting performance just by doing that.
Yeah.
But what this study suggests is it's actually the strong LMX that this behavior creates that really matters.
Interesting.
When people feel cared for and supported,
Right.
it strengthens their bond with their leader.
Okay.
It increases trust and that willingness to go the extra mile.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, what about a leader who's more focused on initiating structure?
Okay, so with initiating structure,
Yeah.
even a leader who prioritizes clear roles and expectations, they can still boost performance by building that strong LMX.
How so?
Well, think about it. When a leader provides structure and predictability, it creates stability,
Okay.
a sense of psychological safety for the follower.
It's like saying, hey, I'm here to help you succeed.
Exactly. And that builds trust, strengthens the leader-follower connection.
Yeah, I can see that.
Even if it's not overly warm and fuzzy.
It's still showing that the leader is invested.
Right, invested in their follower's success.
Okay, now I'm curious about contingent rewards.
Yeah.
You mentioned the researchers were surprised by their findings there.
Yeah, they were surprised to find that it
Nice.
wasn't just about the fairness of the rewards themselves.
Right.
It was more about the fact that those rewards became a symbol
Okay.
of that strong leader-follower bond. You know, a leader who takes the time to notice and reward your efforts.
Right.
They're also saying, hey, I see you. I value what you're doing.
It's a way of showing that LMX.
Exactly. It's like a positive feedback loop.
Okay.
Strong LMX probably leads to a leader being more attuned to their team's achievements.
Yeah.
And the act of rewarding those achievements further strengthens that connection.
Gotcha. All right, and last but not least, let's talk about transformational leadership.
All right.
Those inspiring leaders, everyone loves them. But how does LMX
Yeah.
change the game for them?
Well, transformational leadership is definitely powerful.
Yeah.
But this research suggests that inspiration works best when it's built on a foundation
Right.
of trust and mutual understanding.
Right.
In other words, strong LMX.
So charisma and a grand vision aren't enough on their own.
While those are definitely important,
Yeah.
this study suggests that they're more effective when the leader has also cultivated those strong individual relationships with their followers.
Yeah.
And that trust that comes with a good LMX,
Yeah.
it makes people more receptive to the leader's message and vision.
So it's like, I believe in this leader because I know they believe in me.
Exactly. It's crucial to remember, though,
Yeah.
that all of this doesn't mean that other factors like job satisfaction, trust, and commitment
Right.
aren't important. They definitely contribute to performance.
Sure.
But it seems that strong LMX has this ripple effect,
Okay.
making all of those positive things more likely.
So it's not about ignoring those other factors.
Right.
It's about recognizing that strong LMX creates an environment where they can thrive.
Exactly. Like the fertile soil that helps all those good things grow.
I like that. Now think about your own work experiences. Have you ever noticed how a good relationship with a leader impacted your performance or the performance of others?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely think of times when that connection made all the difference.
Right. So if strong LMX is so powerful,
Yeah.
how do we actually cultivate it? Like what can both leaders, Amy followers do?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
Right. And the good news is
Mhm.
there are definitely things we can do to build those relationships.
Okay, good. So what are some of the things that make a big difference?
Well, for leaders,
Yeah.
it starts with communication.
Okay.
Prioritizing open and honest two-way communication.
Right.
That creates an environment where people feel heard and respected
Makes sense.
and valued. Right. So it's about actively listening to your team's concerns,
Yeah.
being transparent about decisions,
Mhm.
soliciting feedback.
Yeah, it's more than just giving orders.
Right. It's about building that connection.
Exactly.
And trust is huge, GE.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Leaders earn trust by consistently walking the walk.
Right, like actually doing what they say they're going to do.
Exactly. Following through on commitments,
Yeah.
treating people fairly, demonstrating integrity.
Yeah, it's about showing your team that you're reliable
Exactly.
and that you have their best interests at heart.
Yep.
Now, what about from the follower's perspective?
Well, for followers,
Yeah.
it's equally important to be proactive
Okay.
in building that LMX. Don't just wait for your leader to do everything.
Right.
Communicate your ideas clearly.
Yeah.
Show that you're reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Follow through on your commitments.
Right, be accountable.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to offer constructive feedback to your leader.
Oh, that's a good point.
It shows that you care enough to help them grow.
Right.
That you see the relationship as a two-way street.
Yeah, like we're all in this together.
Exactly.
Working together to make things better.
Yeah, it's like building a bridge, right?
I like that.
Between leader and follower.
Yeah.
Each brick is trust, communication, and respect.
That's a great analogy. So it sounds like building a strong LMX.
Mm-hmm.
It takes effort from both sides.
It does, but it's worth it.
Right. Because when those relationships are strong,
Yeah.
it benefits everyone.
Totally. It's like unlocking this whole new level of performance,
Yeah.
engagement, job satisfaction.
And I think what's really cool about this research is that it challenges a lot of the traditional assumptions about leadership.
Sure.
It suggests that maybe we've been overcomplicating things by focusing too much on specific styles and techniques.
Right.
Maybe the key to great leadership.
Yeah.
It's not about mastering one particular style.
Right.
It's about something much more fundamental.
Yeah.
It's about connecting with people on a human level.
Exactly. At the end of the day, people want to feel valued, respected, understood.
Yeah.
And when leaders make those things a priority,
Right.
that's when amazing things can happen.
I love that. So it seems like strong LMX is that secret ingredient
It really does.
for creating a more positive and productive work experience.
Yeah. And it's something we can all work on, both leaders and followers.
Absolutely. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive.
Wow, time flies.
It really does. But before we go, one last thought-provoking question for you.
Okay, hit me.
We've talked a lot about the benefits of strong LMX.
Right, but...
But what happens when those relationships are weak
Yeah.
or even broken? What are the consequences when LMX is neglected?
That's a great question to ponder. Something for everyone to think about.
Food for thought. Deep divers. Keep exploring, keep questioning,
Keep learning.
and keep diving deep into the world around you.